guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale. Today I'm going to be giving you guys 3 game replays, 3 highlights from Pompeo, who absolutely tore it up in Woody's Steal the Crown challenge as part of Plex Chats and Bren Chong's Primetime Clash Royale on Wednesday evenings. If you guys want to be a part of this, go ahead and join our Plex Chats. The codes are up there on the screen. You can see them right now. But the real point of today's episode is Woody put on a great show commentating in the 3rd hour as some of the best players in the entire game went head-to-head to see how many consecutive wins they could get. And one of the bright spots that really kind of emerged from this event was Pompeo absolutely dominating. He won, I believe, 7 games in a row against some of the world's best players. So this is not to take away from the other players who he beat. They're all the best players in the world as well. Starting out with C. McHugh here, we're also going to see him against Darth Jar Jar and also Marcel P. So this is going to be 3 of some of the best players in the world going head-to-head. And what I want to do is outline 3 decks used by Pompeo. Well, actually, 2 of them will be the same, but 2 different graveyard decks, which he used with great success. And there's a lot to pay attention to throughout the course of just one replay. So what I did was I picked out 2 things that I want you guys to pay attention to and hopefully take away from each replay. The first replay is going to be to see how aggressive Pompeo is against C. McHugh in this match. First of all, he starts out with the elixir advantage with 2 pumps versus 1. There's never a point in this match where Pompeo has less pumps on the board than C. McHugh does. And what he does here throughout the rest of this match, after this first graveyard play, is going to be extremely noteworthy, especially if you want to be a good graveyard player going against a heavier deck, whether it be a siege deck or even a heavy beatdown deck. And that is just how aggressive he is with his graveyard. So the 2 takeaways is how aggressive he is, and takeaway number 2 out of this first replay is how he deals specifically with the Expo once C. McHugh places it. So right here, again, 2 pumps to 1. Again, maintaining that elixir advantage is Pompeo here. Now he's going to start targeting that right tower. He starts with a tombstone, going into the right, providing that steady flow of skeletons, which is nice for a few reasons. Number 1, defensively, it can distract units coming his way. It can distract an Expo. And of course, it provides that steady stream of skeletons, steady stream of skeletons, steady stream of skeletons, steady stream of skeletons, going into that right lane to distract that Inferno tower as well. Now, this is the second thing I wanted you guys to focus on. Whenever he plays the Expo, so if you're a noob like me, if you know your opponent is playing Expo and you have a deck like Pompeo's, what you might do, and what I would do up until I saw this replay, is whenever they play the Expo, you just play your knight. You save your knight, you'd save your tombstone, and you'd be reactive to the Expo. But instead, Pompeo is proactive. Every time that Expo is played from here on out, basically he just goes, he does it twice in this match. And if you want to rewind and just take a look at the gameplay, put me on mute for all I care. But it's extremely valuable. The lesson I learned out of this replay is Pompeo, as soon as that Expo is placed, he places the knight and he places that graveyard right on the tower, kind of just ignores the Expo until after the knight in the graveyard is placed, and then he deals with the Expo with minions after the defender or the opponent has already committed some elixir to stopping that graveyard push, so they can't do as efficient of a job protecting that Expo. So that was a really, really good match there. Now we're moving on to this match against Darth Jar Jar. Now Darth Jar Jar is going to be on my channel again. He's already been on 2 or 3 times before, but I had such a great conversation with him. Should be coming up in the next day or 2. I had to pre-record a few videos for next week as I am traveling to Helsinki, to Finland. I'm leaving in a few days, so hopefully I have fun there. I always do, so I'll let you guys know what I'm doing there on a future video. But anyway, I say all that to say that I did have to pre-record a few episodes, and one of those was with Darth Jar Jar. He's a very well-known 3 Musketeer player. The 2 things I want you guys to pay attention to in this match is how smart Pompeo is with his defenses. specifically the Electro Wizard, the Inferno Tower, and the minions. And the other thing is how he starts to switch towers in just about 30 seconds or so right now. He'll switch towers to the other tower because he finds it advantageous, and we're going to talk about why. So check out this defense right here. Electro Wizard, boom, and then he places that Inferno Tower, and you're going to see this. Now, in case you missed my 10 questions for Pompeo, I'll link it in the show notes for you guys, but Pompeo's favorite card in the game is Inferno Tower, and you're going to see that a lot of the times when Pompeo plays the Inferno Tower on defense, he makes sure it's incredibly valuable by pairing the minions with the Inferno Tower. Now, that's a lot of elixir. I mean, think about it. You're using 5 and then 3 more, so 8 elixir invested, but it's very effective because a lot of people, when they know the Inferno Tower is coming up, they'll have something like a skeleton or minions to try to distract that Inferno Tower. So Pompeo, he avoids that by playing the minions preemptively right with that Inferno Tower. So great defense. He really does a great job utilizing the Electro Wizard on defense as well. You can learn a lot from how he uses the Electro Wizard on defense if you're lucky enough to be an Electro Wizard owner yourself. Now, we kind of just missed, because of my blabbing, we missed what the other thing that I wanted you to pay attention to, but he saw that when Darth Jar Jar placed an elixir pump on the opposite tower, he knew he had the elixir advantage, so he really punished Jar Jar by going to the other lane very hard, very aggressively, meaning the lane that had the elixir pump in there, behind the tower, that is. And when he did so, he was able to take down that second tower. So Pompeo, the takeaway there, not afraid to switch lanes and go super aggressive if he finds the valuable opportunity to do so. And now the third replay here, got into this match a little bit late live again, against Marcel P, who's another one of the world's best players. I'll make sure I link you to his YouTube channel as well as Darth Jar Jar's YouTube channel in the show notes as well. You're going to want to subscribe to both of those guys. Some of the best videos, truthfully, for Clash Royale if you're interested in strategy content. Marcel P already tearing it up with his YouTube channel. Huge props to him. But this time, he fell short of Pompeo because Pompeo was on fire. He was on fire here. I think everybody in the chat was so hyped. If you guys made it out, I mean, Woody always brings the gusto when he's doing the play-by-play, but this was insane when Pompeo was making his run. Coincidentally, after I went to sleep, Colton W came into the fray, and he actually went on a 4 or 5 game win streak as well, so huge shout out to him. But anyway, here in this last replay, I want you guys to pay attention to what you're actually seeing on the screen right now, and that is the use of the Electro Wizard transitioning from defense to offense. It's absolutely deadly in a graveyard deck. You'll notice that the Electro Wizard was one of the cards that's in both of these decks for Pompeo, this deck being just a little bit more expensive with the bowler as well in the Inferno Tower, but it has a lot of defensive capability. It's almost like a control deck if you look at it. It has the bowler, it has some defensive kiting ability in the Ice Golem, has the Electro Wizard, one of the most powerful in skillful, a card that skillful players use a lot, especially on defense. And the second thing I want you guys to pay attention to in this replay is coming up right here, and that is the use of the Inferno Tower and minions. Okay, maybe not right here, maybe it's the next sequence, but it's the use of the Inferno Tower and minions again, basically just doing a great job, basically offense before the opponent has a chance to reset. So watch this, for example. This attack right here by Pompeo is going to be something I want you guys to pay attention to, and that is right before Marcel had the chance to reset and think about even playing that Expo in the left lane, Pompeo was already on him with that graveyard. So he's just so aggressive at the right times. It's super impressive to watch. If you guys can't tell how hyped I am, this is kind of the stuff that I get excited when I see really good players do really well like this, and I really know that you guys can take a lot away from these replays. Again, just doing a great job distracting that Expo with the tanky bowler, the Electro Wiz. Beautiful work there, and then the tower goes down to poison. So guys, I hope you enjoyed today's video. Again, a huge shout out to Bren Chong for sponsoring my CWA Champions Cup Season 2. Find out more more information on that in my Plex chat. You can see the code right over there somewhere. And also, huge shout out to Bren Chong for being a YouTube partner to me. And of course, shout out to all the pros that were on today's video. You can find their social media in my description below. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I really appreciate it. And as always, take care, guys.